Guys, Joe again here from Little World Aquatics. This is going to be a quick video on the 720 gallon tank. So if you're new to the channel, maybe you've never seen this before, but the people that have been following along, you know about this tank. This is a real train wreck, and it kind of sucks because a lot of labor was put into this one, and unfortunately it didn't pan out because whoever built the tank, whatever manufacturer, they only use 7/8 thick. Actually, it's not even 7/8. It's like just a little shy of 7/8 thickness on the main viewing panels on the front and back. So what would happen, obviously, in time would be that the front panel here, and actually the back panel, the deflection would be so bad. I would put a 4-foot level right here on center line. I would level the level, and we would be almost 1.5 inch deflection right here on the center line. So with that, as time would go by, the corners would start to get compromised, and you could actually see them starting to open up. So that's why the tank had to get drained to the elevation that we're at right now. We're down probably 16, 17 inches, so the tank's no good. With that, we've been getting a lot of fatiguing here on the front of the acrylic. So even if the corners were corrected, the fatiguing is so bad that it's distorting the view of the tank. So the tank is no good, so it's got to go. So that being said, just this week, I mean, after 5 years of looking for a replacement tank, we finally got a lead. A gentleman put an ad on Craigslist, and with that, in this small community, I mean, everybody talks. Within probably a couple hours, I started getting a couple texts from a couple of the guys. Scott, who actually lives somewhat in that area, and then Casey from Where's the Fish, another YouTube channel. Be sure to go check him out. His channel is pretty much exploding. But both guys reached out to me and said, ooh, I think we found your 720. So we're going to go take a look at it today. It's actually 1.25 inches thick. So obviously we're pretty excited to go take a look at this thing, and maybe hopefully this is going to be the one. Oh, yeah. And replacement for this. So with that being said, let's jump on a road. The guy lives in a small town right here in maybe northwestern Ohio, little town called Maumee, Ohio. So with that, let's get on the road. It's about a 2.5 hour drive. Let's go take a look at this tank, and hopefully this is the one that we can capture and bring home and get rid of this train wreck. So with that, let's get on the road. We're out of here. All right, guys, we did make it to Jeff's house, and here it is. Now, obviously, we're kind of in some tight spaces right now, but it's in the back room, and I went ahead and checked all the measurements already, so we're definitely 3 feet front to back, 8 feet in length, 4 foot in height. But the positive thing is, right here, these front and back plates, actually all the plates, are a true 1.25 inches. Oh, yeah! Through there. So 1.25 inches all around the perimeter of the acrylic, and the same right here on the side walls. And all the seams actually look pretty nice. The only thing that's a little bit that's in question is down here on the bottom of the tank. I am seeing a little bit of discoloration here, and way down here at the other end, right here in this area right here. So it looks like the tank, I believe, was made by Sea Life Systems. I would probably need to look them up. Looks like somebody took the S away and C. But he's had the tank for 20 years. It is a saltwater tank. I'm noticing there's a couple of snails up inside there. But he did turn the tank off right before I got here. And obviously there's a lot of algae. You're seeing some reflection. But obviously the tank is going to need a serious cleaning, if not pressure washed. But for the most part, it looks like integrity-wise, it's there, except for a little bit there on the bottom. So the other big thing now is this window, because it appears the only way to get this thing out of here is through the window. And we were looking at it just a few minutes ago. He said that fence post and all this was not there a long time ago. So this is going to be kind of a tricky one here, because it looks like from this window here to the neighbor's sidewall is probably about 12 feet. So this is going to be tricky, but I guess the tank's got to go out the window. So we've got some figuring out here on how we're going to do this. So, but obviously the room's going to have to get gutted and completely drain the tank, pull out all the rock and substrate. Now, one thing I want to point out real quick is the top of the tank. They actually have two acrylic bar stocks that were put in. You can see it's like two 4-bolt flanges so that you can pull off this acrylic. So when you're doing your aquascaping, if maybe a large coral insert or driftwood, prior to filling the tank, you could actually pull these off, and then you have full access to the top of the tank, that's pretty cool. So there is, it's hard to tell, but believe it or not, there is a center island overflow, but this tank needs a cleanup. All right, guys, so there it is. So we did find a 720, which I guess that's good news. All right, guys, so finally we have found this sump that ran it was a 1,500 gallon tank?
Yeah.
1,500 gallon DIY tank that Scott built a couple years ago, but that tank's been broken down, but this was the original sump for it. So we're going to take this back. There's definitely some damage. I guess the theory is that the whole thing dropped at one time. You can see the crack right through here. And then it comes back around. Where's it at? I think it's like right here. There it goes, right over here. So I don't know how that's possible, but supposedly the whole thing was standing up on its end, fell completely over and broke a whole half. So, but it's been repaired. But anyways, beggars can't be choosers. I got a free sump here. This thing is 8 by 3 by 15 tall, I think it is. So the socks must have entered here at one time and went through all the different baffles. All right, we're going to load this up in the truck. Take it east. All right, guys, I was just getting ready to push off, and we came into Scott's house real quick, and surprise, surprise, look what we find. Another DIY tank he threw together. I mean, this guy, dude, you're pretty good. So this is 1,000?
Yeah.
So this one's 10 feet in length, 5 feet front to back, and 4 foot tall. And he kind of repurposed the glass that was in the 1,500 gallon aquarium that got broken down, and now it's right here in the 1,000. So we're just looking at how the whole thing kind of works. He's got a motor over here on the far right that's pumping up, working its way over here to the two socks, and then drops into this tank, which was what, 4 by 4 by 30 some?
Yeah.
And a couple black arowanas are being grown out right now. Right back there, and then the water slides to the left and drops into another 180, and this is just a combination of K1, 2, and 3 media, and then it slides over into those two 2-inch pipes and then drops right back into the 1,000. And then over here you have an Ultima, and how does that get picked up again? Is that?
I drilled an inlet.
Okay, I think I see something way up inside there now. Alright, so kind of like a dual filtration. So who all is inside here? We said what? We had the two, the bass there, which ones are those? What line is that?
It's supposed to be monos.
Monos?
I think the one's a hybrid though.
And then we have the tinfoil barbs, is that what it was?
Yeah.
A pair of albinos and the normals, a parabola sharks, and then a couple. Which one was pregnant on the race?
The marble Matoro in the back.
Marble Matoro.
The farthest one in the back.
And she's pregnant.
Yeah.
And you saw movement.
Yeah.
Of the babies inside. Now, has she ever had babies before?
Yeah, she's proven.
How many are you expecting?
Probably 3 or 4.
And then what about this guy right here?
He's actually, I don't know what you would want to call him, a Super White Cross or a regular Black Diamond, I guess.
And then that guy way back there.
Oh, that's the male for the Marble Littorals.
And then we got the big boy right here. Is this a female?
Yeah, she's a female Super White Cross. She came from Stingray Biology.
Whew, that thing's every bit of 24, 25 inches. That's nice. Alright, so real quick, like I said, we're just kind of getting ready to jump on the road, and lo and behold, here's a 1,000-gallon tank up and running. So I just wanted to show this to you guys real quick before we start heading east. Great work, great craftsmanship. I love it. Alright guys, today's the day. Finally we're off to go get that 720-gallon aquarium. That's been long awaited. Been looking for this flipping thing for probably 10 years, but we were thinking about putting the tank in the back of this trailer, but after what I saw yesterday on the freeway, with that thing bouncing around, not a chance. So the stand's probably going to go in there, and we'll throw the tank over there. So I got John with me. We're off to go get Don, but I got a whole bunch of wood in the back of the truck because we're going to come up with a pretty crazy contraption, because we got to put this aquarium right through the guy's bedroom window, and then we got to make it float for about 10 minutes. Wait till you see what we come up with. All right, let's get on the road. We're heading out to Maumee, Ohio. Alright guys, finally after 2.5 hours, maybe 3, we have finally arrived at the location. And from here we're going to go ahead and take off the trailer. I'm going to back up the truck closer to the house. We're going to get the wood out, sawzall. We got to cut the pipes up underneath the center island overflow. And then go ahead and start building our little contraption here with the wood so we can slide the tank right out the window. So got John and Don here with me. Oh, yeah. And sounds like we got a whole bunch of other people going to be here in a little bit, so we got to get rolling. Alright, so we just threw together a quick tabletop.
Come over here and look at this deal!
What the hell is that?
I don't know what the hell that is!
What in the hell is that?
Obviously it's only temporary, it's going to be there for just a few minutes. Got it locked into the window jamb over there, window seal. And so the next part now is getting the tank all lined up, get it in line with the window. And there's a whole bunch of people that have arrived, and we're hoping we can just slide this out here and then do a 90-degree turn and then back the truck up. Looks pretty ugly and rough, but it's going to do the job for the 10 minutes it's here. Alright, we just got done cutting the bulkheads. Now we can take the nuts off and throw those 4 up inside the center island overflow. Easy peasy. Alright, so the deck is built, the bulkheads have been cut, and we're ready to slide the tank and stand into the center of the room. And all the arsenal of men are starting to show up. We got 11 people?
We don't have 11, but we got, well, maybe we do.
the update on the tank. Right out the bedroom window. So we just have a couple inches left on the right. Now we're going to pivot this thing 90 degrees. And man, that thing's heavy.
I think we put a 2x here for it to rest on. So make it more level with that. No?
Yeah, I think
Or
we're...
the other way, maybe we could slide it. I don't know.
Alright guys, we are all loaded up. Man, that was kind of crazy. So there it is. 720 gallon aquarium that's in the back of the truck. We've got the stand here on the trailer. All the wood we needed to build that crazy platform, which, man, thank God for that. And all 11 guys helping out. Because this thing is heavy. 1.25 inches thick. And that is, whew, that's got to be 800-900 pounds. But that's it. We tried to put the tailgate up, but we're off by a good 2 inches. So tailgate down on this one. Hopefully there'll be no issues on the way home. I don't think it's going to slide. But that's it. Let's head back. Next step on this one is to do a serious cleaning to get all that algae off. All right, guys, we're back on the road. We're out. All right, guys, we made it back, and look at what's going on. Holy crap. It is coming down. We're about 30 degrees, and this is ugly. We went from a beautiful, I think, 60, 65 degree day to we're back down to this. Gotta love it. So with that being said, I covered up the tank, and you can see the extension cord. I ran it all the way out, and we've got a box heater down inside the belly of the tank because, man, we got to keep this thing nice and toasty warm.
I would not mess with that thing.
Don't put your lips on it.
What the hell is this?
I didn't go through all this to put ourselves in a bad situation. Actually, there's that sump that we just talked about in the other video. So that's going to have to get brought in also, but no issues there. But yeah, so we're back and the snow's coming down. So one of the next big steps is going to be taking this trailer. I'm going to zoom in right now. You can see it through all the snowflakes. We're going to take that trailer and we're going to lift this tank up because obviously we don't have 11 guys on this end. Now, thank goodness we put the 2x4s underneath this tank. So we're going to put the slings underneath of it, lift this thing straight out of the truck and drive the truck forward and then drop it right back down onto that stand. Because this tank, as I might have said earlier, this thing is heading to Pennsylvania to Acrylic Creations, and Dave's got to do some modifications. We're going to talk about that here in a little bit. But other than that, just a quick update. The box heater is in the tank, and just got to keep it warm. Okay, we'll go back inside.